Hello and welcome once again to F1 2019 and the final part of my Haas Career Mode. I'm Joe. If you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button for daily F1 2020 content when it comes out next week. I cannot wait to get into it, so hopefully you guys are the same. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this series. Today we've got the season finale. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do much in the championship other than really secure this fourth place for Haas, which would be an amazing achievement. We've had a fantastic season, really consistent, but last time out we had a bit of a nightmare. 20th place we finished in the end, just could not find the pace after a good run of form. Looking to get back on top today, so let's get into qualifying. So hopefully you guys are good and have enjoyed the series. Obviously, it took a long break from September until now, but I've really enjoyed playing it the last 3 or 4 rounds, and hopefully we can get a strong result to finish off this game.
Here we are at the beautiful Yas Island circuit, where qualifying is about to begin. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action.
Here we come then round the final corner of Q1 for us. And we go second for the moment, just behind George Russell, which is a bit of a problem. It was a bit of a scruffy lap, to be completely honest with you. I think we can find a lot more time than that, but hopefully it'll be enough to get through. Obviously last time out we didn't get through Q1, and I think that really hampered our race. So hopefully we can get through Q1 this time and won't have to come out again. Well, unfortunately for us, we have dropped into the elimination zone. We're 16th at the moment, so we're going to have to pull out a really good flying lap to get through here. A little bit wide through turn 1, unfortunately for us, as we come through the really high speed chicane, and we're already 4/10ths down on our best time because of going wide there. So we're going to have to really pull it out now. Need the best possible entry onto this corner so that we can hold the speed throughout the entirety of this straight. Much better exit than I managed there last time, and look at the time shaving off us here. We're now back to pretty much on par where we were last time out. We have got a car behind us, which is a bit of a problem. We lock up slightly into that turn 1 for corner cutting, but this is terrible. The Toro Rosso is there. I don't think we're going to make it because this Toro Rosso is now completely in the way, and we're just losing time. We go down the inside, we lose a little bit of our front wing, but we're going to have to just go for it. We're still 0.2 of a second down. I don't actually know how much time we need to make up here. We're now coming into the hotel section. We really need to attack now. But no, we're already half a second down, so this has been a terrible final qualifying session for us, and unfortunately we're going to finish way down in 16th place. We come up to the line, but unfortunately for us we qualify 17th. Well, we bottled it there. That was a really poor final lap. How much did we miss out by? 0.2 of a second, and it was actually our teammate Nico Hulkenberg that was the man that scraped through. I mean, you've seen there how much time we could have made up, particularly on that straight. Daniel Ricciardo also out in Q1. Yeah, just a poor performance, I'm afraid. But without further ado, let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson for the final time in F1 2019 for the race.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains here in the United Arab Emirates on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Marina circuit is made up of 3.4 miles of track, featuring 21 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular turns 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about the captain. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Faber, Hülkenberg, Raikkonen, Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, Norris, Alexander Albon and Perez. Gasly, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. The captain, Lance Stroll and Devon Butler. Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
This is the final race of the season. Go out there and enjoy it.
You heard the man. Our final formation lap is about to come. We're going to stick plenty of fuel in the car. We're just going to go all guns blazing in this Grand Prix. So let's get into it. Oh boy, it's been a fantastic season really. It's a shame that the last couple of rounds haven't gone our way. Nico Hülkenberg qualifying 7th, so you know the pace was there in the car, just couldn't get it together in qualifying once again. So
So let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
So we need to make sure that we're ready and raring to go. Gasly down here again with us. So maybe we'll be able to follow him through the field. I mean, you know, a good lap one and we could be back into a points paying position. But you know, it's very unlikely. You know, certainly with the starts that we've had this year, I think, you know, it's all going to be about coming in early, getting those medium tyres on and using them to the best of our ability.
Conditions looking good.
And get these tyres as hot as possible. Ready for the starting grid. So one final time that we will say lights out, away we go. Unfortunately for us, we nearly binned it on the formation lap. We're okay though. Managed to just scrape the side of the tyres against the barriers, but it's not a good sign for us. I'm going to have to nail this first lap, nail the lights, get off to a good start, hopefully not have too much wheel spin from the get-go. We'll try our absolute best. So here we go. Let's get ready for the 2019 finale here in Abu Dhabi. As you can see, we've angled our car for action. So here we go. Lights out, away we go here in Abu Dhabi. It's not the worst start of the season for us, but Stroll off to a very good start. And we're going to go down the inside. You can see Butler up ahead. He's also done the same. We force Stroll out wide. He is just attached to us, so what on earth is going on? Lance Stroll, I mean, we get a 5-second penalty. I don't think so. We're using a flashback for that. Let's just have a little look at what was going on. So we obviously tried to force him out wide. It was the fact that we had 3 cars trying to go side by side there. So, well, here we come into turn 1 again. This time we managed to get through safely. I don't think there's any point you guys watching us right from the back in this Grand Prix. But we've dropped to 18th now. We're going to have another chance to get past Gasly. And we do just that. And then we need to make sure that we get a good exit. And that's not too bad. So we've got Stroll right beside us. Trying to get a bit of slipstream here. Look at this. Go down the inside. Can we get past Butler? Yes, we can. We're round. That's good. So up to 15th now. This is exactly what we needed. A little bit of clean air now to try and push and get behind Sergio Perez in the racing point.
So the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
Well, we've got a chance here on Perez on lap 4 of this Grand Prix. We barge our way through. But we're up to 14th place now. It's been pretty decent pace so far to keep up with this little trolley train up ahead. Or Magnussen train, should we call it. But yeah, it's not too bad so far. So let's keep it going. Coming through on Lando Norris now. We're around his outside. Going to turn that to the inside line. Brake perfectly. We're coming into the pits at the end of this lap, so we'll stay with the action as we come through the hotel section. But we're going to move everything down on the engine to save as much as possible when we come into the pit lane in a second. I'm really hoping that we're ahead of the curve here and that not all of these guys are going to come in. But I don't know. Well, Butler's coming in. We're obviously coming in as well.
Okay, stay clear.
But we're in.
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving.
So here we go. Can we beat them in the pit lane? Here we go.
Exit now.
We're away.
Release.
Are we going to be ahead of Butler? Not quite. Not quite. So unfortunately,
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
we're going to be racing straight out of here. Ooh, warning there for crossing the white line, but we're okay. We don't get a penalty for that. So it's all about getting these tyres up to temperature and trying to get the undercut on the guys in front. So here we go. Here we come then, round the final corner. Who are we going to end up in front of? It's going to be very, very tight. Nico Hülkenberg, our teammate, is actually at the front of this little train of cars that are coming out of the pit lane now. So here we come.
If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
And well, we're just behind Romain Grosjean, which I don't think is too bad out of all of that. So we're ahead of Gasly, who obviously we were ahead of before. Got DRS. Are we going to be able to defend from Gasly? It doesn't look like it. He's flying past now. So down to 14th place. But we'll keep an eye on where Gasly's going to get to. Obviously he's going to battle with Grosjean up ahead. Got our DRS active. We've got Albon right behind us. I don't think he's going to have quite enough to get us on this straight, which means hopefully we can build a little bit of a gap to him through this section. Now, Hulkenberg, our teammate, up in 9th place. There's yellow flags. There's yellow flags.
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
I think we're okay. I don't know what's just happened. Was it Hulkenberg? No, it's Devon Butler. I thought Hulkenberg had retired again. That would have been his 3rd retirement in 4 races. We get through in 12th place, so Devon Butler out of the session. But no safety car.
This is your final lap of the race.
Well then guys, the final lap of this career mode, and unfortunately a bit of a downer to finish on this race. Not a lot of action at all. We've sort of been in no man's land this final stint. Kimi Räikkönen did have a problem. We briefly got past him, but then amazingly enough they fixed the problem and he just flew past on the straight, and we've not been close since. So unless Albon passes us late on, it looks like we're going to finish 12th in this race. But here comes Albon. We're going to switch up the engine just a little bit to try and fend him off, and it looks like Raikkonen's gone back past Russell as well, so he's going to get the final point of this Grand Prix. But actually, you know, finishing this far behind Nico Hulkenberg, you can see him, he's pretty much at the end of this straight. You know, that's about 5 seconds, which I don't think is too bad. Lewis Hamilton, in his championship winning season, has won the final Grand Prix of the season as well. Absolutely fantastic from him. Be interesting to see if anybody nicks the fastest lap off him, because he did have that earlier on in the Grand Prix. But he's won the Grand Prix. Looks like Nico Hulkenberg is going to finish in 9th, which is good for the team, and we're going to finish in 10th. I don't think either of the Renaults, well no they're not, you can see them behind us. None of the Renaults are in the top 10, so we finish 4th in the championship.
Yeah, but let's try to stay positive. Even the greats had some poor seasons, so we'll knuckle down over the winter and come back stronger next time.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, you put me in a bit of a tight spot today, but I think I'll go for Pierre Gasly. He kept a cool head under pressure and made the most of some difficult circumstances.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So there we have it then. Lewis Hamilton wins the final Grand Prix of the season. Charles Leclerc finishes 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Verstappen 4th, Vettel 5th, Weber an incredible 6th, Magnussen 7th, Gasly 8th, Hulkenberg 9th, and Kimi Räikkönen in 10th place. Looking in the standings, we finish in 8th this season. Starting at Williams, of course, moving to Haas halfway through. I think we did alright to finish 8th, just behind Nico Hulkenberg. and maybe, you know, a few more races and we could have overtaken them in the end. But no, it's been a fantastic season. We finished 4th in the Constructors. Let's go and see what happens at the end of an F1 season in this game. It's been a great journey. Sorry that there wasn't much action there, but let's see.
You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw from today's race? Things are really heating up between you and your rival, aren't they? Great. Well, that's everything.
So there we go. Nice. Final interview of the season. And let's have a little review, I suppose. I don't know how she's going to feel. There we go. We've won the rivalry against Nico Hülkenberg. Unfortunately, we're currently losing the rivalry against Lucas Weber, but it doesn't matter too much. Complete 8 practice programs, didn't finish that one. And you can see we've actually lost reputation with quite a few teams. But let's have a little look and see what she says.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year.
Well, let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
So there we have it then. Let's have a little look. What have we got to do? Shall we see if we can negotiate with a different team? I'm thinking Ferrari. When you change teams, you'll lose any resource points. That's fine. My value's up there. That seems okay. Second driver. Team goal hard. Let's just go for a ridiculous contract.
We're asking for too much here.
Very close.
We need to make some compromises.
If we go for second and second, will that work?
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Everyone's happy with that proposal, and we're locked in. From the next race weekend, you'll officially be racing for a new team. So you better start getting ready for the move.
So there we go. Moving to Ferrari after our first season in F1. Shall we see what happens? What sort of driver changes there'll be? There you go. There's a summary of our season. Pretty happy with that. Going into season 2 then. Back in Australia. I'm really looking forward to seeing what crazy moves there are, because obviously Vettel / Leclerc will be out of a seat with us moving up. So who is it going to be that we end up with as a teammate? Maybe Hülkenberg will move with us. Who knows? But it's exciting nonetheless. I don't know whether we're going to get some sort of introduction.
Welcome back. I hope you're rested and ready for the new season. I don't think we really got the most out of it here. The car didn't really improve as I would have liked. Let's try and do better this time.
So let's have a little look then. Looks like Leclerc is our teammate. Welcome to the team from Binotto. There's some stuff of our contract. Complete 8 practice programs, easily done. Weather forecast, current state of R&D, and of course team changes. So there you go. Vettel has moved to Red Bull to replace Gasly. Gasly has moved to Renault to replace Ricciardo. Ricciardo's back at Toro Rosso replacing Butler. We've obviously moved to Ferrari to replace Vettel. Perez is moving to Toro Rosso. Albon has been let go. What else? Kvyat has been signed to Haas, replacing us. And Butler is moving to Racing Point. So there you go. What a crazy run of driver changes. Hamilton and Bottas still there. Vettel for Red Bull now alongside Max Verstappen. That's going to be exciting. Leclerc for Ferrari with us. Hulkenberg and Kvyat at Haas, which is a strange one. Ricciardo back at Toro Rosso alongside Perez, a very strong team for the Toro Rosso guys. And Albon is out of the sport. But there you go. That is going to be that for this series. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. It helps out the channel the most. It really does help out the algorithm as well. So thank you very much for your support on this series. F1 2020 will be out at some point next week, hopefully Tuesday, when the Schumacher edition will hopefully come through my door. But hey ho, if it doesn't, we might have to think of something else. But yes, I can't wait to get into it. I've got something wonderful planned for you guys with my team. It's going to be bringing back a historic team to the sport. And hopefully have a little bit of a storyline to it as well. I can't wait to show you guys what's in store. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.